This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 25 is also brought to you by Silver State Health, Pahrum's exclusive pediatric care clinic. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Welcome to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler, and today is Wednesday, May 26th.
Well, Northern California rail yard was the scene of a mass shooting today as a gunman opened fire, killing more than 8 people before taking his own life. Now identified as an employee of the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority, Samuel Cassidy shot and killed himself at the scene. Investigators received further information that there were also explosive devices located inside the rail yard building and worked to clear every room. About the same time as the shooting, Cassidy set fire to his own home. Law enforcement smelled an accelerant and believed that there was ammunition inside that structure.
District Court Judge Kim Wonker decided in court yesterday that the owner of the Parrot Valley Winery can have a liquor license reinstated. The problem is, according to the county, the winery located at the top of Winery Road here in Pahrump never had a liquor license to begin with. The previous liquor license holder was the former owner, Gretchen Logan, and the county allowed the Parrot Valley Winery to use that license until they got their paperwork turned in and fees paid to the county. But that still has not happened since Kathy Trout and John Hobbs purchased the winery in 2019. Last August, the county pulled the liquor license after many notices to comply, extensions, and several hearings. The owners were given extra time to submit the required paperwork, specifically their financial reports, to have the license approved. Trout and Hobbs had argued that the winery was purchased with a stock transfer and that liquor license came with the transfer. But officials in Nye County explained that that is not how a liquor license works. It belongs to the individual applicants and not the business. The status check Tuesday in Judge Wonker's courtroom ordered that the winery can sell liquor, but the county says they cannot. After hearing arguments from both sides, Judge Wonker had questions. The state said that an investigation into the licensing of the winery determined that Trout and Hobbs did not meet the standards of good moral character. But when asked what the standards they did not meet, the state said that the investigation showed misconduct but could not list specifics. The judge was not happy to learn that the sheriff does the investigation and also has a vote on the liquor licensing board, influencing the matter twice. There was also confusion between what was first called a conditional license, something not listed under Nye County Code, and then changed to be called a probational license. Judge Wonker cited Nevada law that read an investigation should be completed first before going to the board, and that did not happen in this case, violating county ordinances. She also stated that the conditional and probationary are not the same thing. Judge Wonker agreed with the defense that there is no conditional license and further said, quote, "It sounds like it is a situation of if we feel like giving you a license, we will, and if we don't, we won't," end quote. Judge Wonker ordered the license reinstated pending the outcome of further proceedings. The county says the liquor board is looking into the matter and the Board of County Commissioners will have the item before them after they receive all of the information. The winery was ordered to post a $500 bond, and the sheriff's office was also prohibited from harassing the winery during the proceedings.
Well, 2 teenagers are on the run tonight after fleeing from custody of the Summit View Youth Center today in North Las Vegas.
The Nevada Department of Health and Human Services is asking for the public's help in locating 2 18-year-old men after they fled from the physical custody of Summit View Youth Center staff at 11:35 Wednesday morning. The Summit View Youth Center is a maximum security youth facility located near Nellis Air Force Base. Authorities say both men were wearing gray polo shirts and tan pants and were last seen at the intersection of Las Vegas Boulevard and Pecos Road. The first man, simply identified as Youth 1, is 6'1", 170 pounds with brown eyes and black hair. He had been committed for child endangerment and obstructing a public officer. The second man, identified as Youth 2, is 6'4", 180 pounds with brown eyes and brown hair. He had been committed for resisting a public officer and obtaining and possessing the personal identifying information of another. If you have any information regarding this morning's incident or know their whereabouts, you are asked to call 911 or Summit View Youth Center at 702-668-4747.
And we'll be right back with more News 25.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Thanks for being with us tonight. A group of Senate Republicans are ready to offer a counteroffer to President Biden's proposed infrastructure plan. Angela Miles reports.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, a counteroffer to the Biden administration's infrastructure plan is on the way. CNBC reports a group of Senate Republicans will offer up their plan as soon as Thursday. On the table so far, the GOP originally sent in a $568 billion counteroffer to President Biden's $2.7 trillion Rebuilding America measure. Biden has since sent the GOP a $1.7 trillion proposal. Word has it, the Republicans' next proposal could cost close to $1 trillion with a goal of spending without increasing taxes. There is said to be a willingness among the Republican group to meet up with the president. Amazon is being sued for unfairly raising prices on consumers and creating a monopoly.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks, Angela. Well, on May 3rd, Governor Steve Sisolak signed an emergency directive that updated mask and face covering requirements for the state to align with CDC's recommendations. This resulted in the mask mandate being dropped for those who have been vaccinated. This, however, wasn't enough to remove the subject of a possible lawsuit against the state of Nevada from the Board of County Commissioners' agenda.
The board was willing to designate an amount not to exceed $5,000 to contract legal services. District Attorney Chris Arabia said that as a preliminary matter, there would be no harm in doing some research on the item to decide if it had merit to pursue.
There's no harm in doing some research, I don't think, and, I think that the way that events are moving, this item might have kind of been left in the background by the march of time, but, on the other hand, there's nothing wrong with researching it.
Which led to an immediate motion.
I'm going to make a motion to, one, to look into retaining counsel to be selected by the DA to research the merits of the potential lawsuit to challenge a statewide mask mandate. Two, authorize the district attorney to execute a contract for legal services in an amount not to exceed $5,000. And three, fund it from contingency.
And Carboni seconds it because it was an item he wanted.
While the mandate is lifted for those who have been vaccinated, it is still the prerogative of each Nevada business to require masks or not, and all workers should continue to check with their employers regarding workplace protocols for COVID safety.
The American Rescue Plan allocates $17 billion in support of veterans in response to the coronavirus pandemic. Tom Murphy is the acting undersecretary for benefits at the Department of Veterans Affairs. He says one key program will help a veteran who's lost a job get retrained for a new career.
The American Rescue Plan, signed into law March 11th, provides a lot of things, a full spectrum of the deliveries of services and benefits from the VA. It gives us the money that we needed to continue the delivery of quality health care. It gives us needed economic relief for veterans that are most severely impacted here. It eliminates our claims backlog by giving us additional resources we needed to process those claims. It provides funding for us to modernize our supply system, which helps us with everything I just mentioned. And then it gives additional funding to the Board of Veterans Appeals to help reduce that workload and get a more timely delivery of those decisions. So it's really a very wide-reaching bill that impacts all veterans coming into the VA. The Veterans Rapid Retraining Assistance Program, which is a really remarkable part of the law, just went live 2 weeks ago. So this is a new program, $386 million targeted for retraining of veterans that lost their job as a result of COVID. If you're between the ages of 22 and 67 years old, we will put you back into a 12-month retraining program that's very wide of where it can be. You can go into the trades, you can go into truck driving, you can go into computer programming, business, wherever it is you want to go. It's limited by the high demand occupation list as published by the Department of Labor, which is very broad. Then we'll pay for 12 months of training, all your fees, all your tuitions, provide a monthly housing allowance. Here's the best part. At the end of it, it includes job placement assistance. We started taking enrollments for this program 2 weeks ago. It's limited in terms of the number of people that can apply or the $386 million. Don't wait. Get in, come see us today, 1-800-MyVA-411, or visit us online at benefits.va.gov.
Well, people from around the world can now learn more about Death Valley's historic Scottys Castle, thanks to some photographs that have just been uploaded.
The National Park Service has posted 568 historic photographs online. Those photos highlight the desert escapades of Walter, Death Valley Scotty, Scott, Albert Johnson, Bessie Johnson, their friends, and their families. The collection also includes a series of photographs taken from the same location over time that chronicles the 9 years of construction in the 1920s. Scottys Castle curator Gretchen Vokes had the idea for the online photo gallery. She says digitizing provides electronic copies to use for research, reducing wear and tear on the original photos. And of course, the online publication makes it possible for many more people to access the materials. The project was co-managed by Emily Field of Great Basin Institute. Volunteers spent more than 3,000 hours scanning the original delicate photos, researched to verify copyrights, described the photos, and uploaded them to the site. To see the photos, just go online to npgallery.nps.gov/DEVA. And if you didn't catch that, we've also put a link on our Facebook page. Scottys Castle was temporarily closed to the public due to damage from a flash flood in 2015. And in a further setback, the partially repaired visitor center was destroyed by fire on April 22nd of this year. The National Park Service now plans to reopen Scottys Castle in 2023.
Work is underway to convert the old Pahrump DMV office into something new. The building on Basin Avenue just west of the Nye County Courthouse will soon be home to Second Amendment guns and shooting range. Owner Khalif Gordon says he's excited to be coming to Pahrump.
We're doing the best to get it up for the community, and we're hoping to have it open before June. We're going to have a coffee bar here. It's called Two-Way Coffee. That coffee is coming in. It's a separate business inside of this shooting range. So you'll be able to enjoy coffee. Guns and coffee, they always go well. We'll have a retail space here inside of Second Amendment. Also a classroom, conference room for the education for the younger generation, and also for the older generation. So CCW classes, gun cleaning classes, basic safety, CPR, AED. And we'll also have gun rental area in the space. We'll also have retail. So we'll have the retail guns on site, ammunition, accessories, everything for everyone in that space. Last but not least, the 6-lane shooting range that will be in this space as well. The space has been equipped with high-tech technology, cameras, audio-visual equipment, so to give you the best experience possible. It's more designed for pistols, but you can shoot rifles in the Phase 1. In Phase 2, which is the land east of us, we plan on making a shooting range that is 150 feet long, which is 50 yards. That's a lot of fun for rifles, sighting in rifles, and longer shots. The space was designed to educate people, and really to educate people who are very curious about the Second Amendment space, but they're fearful about coming in and seeing the guns and stuff. So we're trying to make an environment that is actually inviting, fearless, and more filled with love to train and to teach individuals, kids, families. So yes, that's why we're here.
Yeah, I saw they put up their sign this morning.
They did. I'm excited.
Oh, it's going to be a great place. All right, we'll have more news right after this.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. May is Stroke Awareness Month, and strokes most often happen in adulthood, but they can strike at any age. Meet a high school baseball player who never expected to be sidelined by a rare type of stroke. Erica Foreman has more on his inspiring comeback.
16-year-old Robbie Boyce is thankful every time he steps up to the plate.
I'm so excited to be able to be on the field, help out my team.
You'd never guess he suffered a major stroke less than a year ago.
Essentially what happened was he was working out and he had an artery in his head give out.
People that have this rare type of stroke called the subarachnoid hemorrhage typically have an aneurysm that ruptures at the base of the brain.
Robbie was life-flighted to Cleveland Clinic and taken into surgery.
We were able to cure the aneurysm, so he had no further bleeding in the brain. We actually just had to sacrifice the artery by putting these small little coils in the artery to block the blood flow.
I truly did not really understand how severe it was or how scary it was until Dr. Bain had said, you know, look, he's the sickest patient we have in the ICU.
When Robbie woke up, his right side was paralyzed. As his brain healed, movement slowly returned.
His right toe finally moved in the 19th day. You do a lot of thinking as a parent. You're like, you know, what about quality of life?
After a month in the ICU and 2 months in rehab, Robbie is back at school. He's playing piano again and made the JV baseball team. His friends and family are cheering him on. Even Josh Naylor, a Cleveland Indians outfielder, has his back.
I'm just so proud of you. Just keep pushing forward, or you got this.
There's a lot of people out there rooting for you. You just have to believe in yourself and keep working as hard as you possibly can.
If people ever ask, like, if miracles exist, Robbie Boyce is a miracle, and he must have a guardian angel following him, because it's unbelievable where he's at today.
At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
For today's Save a Pet, we're back inside the cat room at Desert Haven Animal Society. Here's Darby O'Donnell to introduce us to Mickey.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Mickey. Mickey is a 1-year-old, all-black domestic shorthair. He has yellow eyes, not gold, yellow, bright yellow, like the Grinch. He has come a long way. So before he was not very socialized, and now after lots and lots of months of training and everything, he's actually very, very domesticated now, and he likes to be pet, and he likes to rub his face on cardboard boxes, and he's just now a house kitty, and he's ready to go home. If you want to come and see Mickey or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, you can give them a call ahead of time to make an appointment. 775-751-7020, or you can always look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Bye, Mickey.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, John Kohler staring out the window at Tonopah. Jim Butler Days this weekend. A finer time you will not find. Jim Butler Days up at Tonopah. Head north, keep going north. You'll get there. We'll be back with weather news right after this.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, and it's a lovely Wednesday. Glad you made it to the midweek. Oh, look at this. I'm working on my hand modeling skills and showing you the temperatures up and down Nevada from Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, Tonopah, and Goldfield. You're all hovering in the mid-70s. Beatty breaking out of the pack with an 88-degree temperature. High mark today. Amargosa, you're up to 92. Las Vegas feeling fine at 94 degrees. Death Valley maybe a little too fine at 104, but here in the paradise of Pahrump, it's 87 degrees, our current temperature. Saw a high today of 89 degrees, so it's partly cloudy skies and light winds, just 10 miles per hour. Not too bad. Beautiful poolside weather. Probably one of the most beautiful weather weeks I've seen so far. I'm liking the summer trend so far. Sun rising this morning at 5:30 a.m. Setting this evening just a shade before 8 o'clock, and we'll head down to a low 63 degrees tonight. And again, those winds pretty kind out of the east-southeast to 7 miles per hour. Heading into the week, something going to change? No, it's going to be a beautiful week. Look at this thing. Let's see, temperatures in the mid to high 90s as we creep towards 100 degrees at the end of the week. We're going to have some cloud cover this weekend for our Memorial Day weekend, but you know, those winds are just being super kind to us. Temperatures at night mild. It's going to be a beautiful week to start our summer with, and we'll look forward to all of it. All right, looking forward to seeing the desk right now. It's Missy, Indiana.
We want to thank Mike at the Tonopah Liquor Company for that shot. Of course, Jim Butler Days starts this Thursday through Sunday. Stop on by. It's up there in Tonopah. I'm Deanna.
I'm Missy. Have a great night.
Good night.